Hello and welcome to the Club 12 podcast with me, Dave, and this week we've got Jaime. He's back from Amsterdam.
I survived.
You survived. How was it?
It was a good week. It was eventful, to say the least. I'm not going to say too much on here, but it was a good week. Enjoy yourself.
Good stuff. So it's been another good week for the D's. So we're now sitting, we're third in the table. We're a point off the top.
Yeah.
We're unbeaten in the league since the middle of September, which is pretty fucking good. And we kept another clean sheet.
It's mad how 2 weeks could just change your perspective of it.
Oh, absolutely.
I came up with definitely watching the game on Saturday. We looked like we kept what we were doing. We really did. I think Boyer's figured out his formation. I think he wants to go with the Fev at the back. And he's kind of picking the pieces a wee bit. I think he's figured out that French is at right back. Cammy Kerr's putting in a shift at left back.
Yeah.
And it's just about kind of fitting the boys to fit that system. And I thought the press was good on Saturday. Off the ball looked really good. And it's good to see 2 weeks good day, because we can be a wee bit miserable on here sometimes.
We've missed a week or so just because, partly because we've been busy, but partly because it's fucking tough doing it when you get beat.
It's brutal, man. And see, to speak about it today, it's hard going.
Especially when you need to try and be nice about it.
Nah, fuck that.
Actually, to be fair, we didn't really do that.
You know about that.
No,
shit how it is. But we're playing no bad.
Yeah, good. So anyway, thanks to King Kong Tattoo Company, Albert Square, Dundee, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. We had Bono as a guest on the show last week. Did you hear me listen?
I actually listened to it the night before I went away. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Did you like his tattoo suggestion? Bobby Connor, just because Bobby Connor's got a big moustache.
I thought he wanted Barry Smith on his ass.
No, that was me that suggested that.
That'll be good. Bono, we'll get him back on.
Definitely
get him back on.
We'll maybe get a couple of folk on, Ken. We'll maybe get a few guests on here and there, and we'll see what happens. Right, anyway, back to the football. So, another 3 points. Another week where Paul McMillan never wore those fucking manky Arab bits, and another week where he got a goal as well.
What do we say, man? We said it months ago, Ken, and here he's been playing no bad. It's not even just his goals and his assists. He doesn't look like a dirty wee Arab bastard anymore. He looks like he's running, he's selling at the ground. He's
link-up playing, that's really good as well,
and he driving as well. He's able to tap boys on, but obviously when he's getting goals and getting assists, he's always going to get spoken about. But the other stuff he's doing, I think, is pretty good. I'm liking him.
Definitely.
So as he keeps the fucking bits.
The more goals he adds in as well, the better for us. Because we did have a look at the charts last week, and I think Robinson was the top, Cammy was Nick, but that's now McMillan's now up on 4 as well.
So you can't be far behind.
So that's him back up there as well. So long may that continue. So the league is looking like, so we've got Ayr at the top on 29, and then we've got Morton and ourselves on 28, Queen's Park 27. Partick Thistle 23, along with Inverness. Wraith Rovers are on 22. Cove Rangers 17, Arbroath 12, and Hamilton could not give a fuck. They're at the bottom, that's how I care about.
No, I wasn't expecting that. Here, come on, right? See, if you look at the league now, it kind of looks like it's taking shape a wee bit.
Yep.
But see, in a week, that could just be back to fucking normal.
It could.
Who's sitting 5th and 4th?
So we've got Queen's Park on 27, a point behind us. We Partick on 23.
So there's 2 teams that have they both took points off us this year? Oh, have I? Maybe not Queen's Park, Partick.
No, I think we drew with Queen's Park, didn't we?
That taxes for them to get a win, and they're more than capable of doing that to stir it right back up. But whilst there is a wee gap there, we need to try and kick on. What win now? The 7th game unbeaten, 6th game unbeaten. That's not bad.
It's good. Well, September the 17th, I think it was. We've got beat 3-2 for Cali. If you take the Rangers game, the cup game out the equation, obviously, but in the league.
The league is starting to take shape. It's just a wee spring. We just need a wee springboard. See if we can get out the next, 4 results. If we can get 3 wins out of that, that should just boost it up a wee bit.
Get you up to the top of the table, hopefully.
And what I will say now is, Ayr United, right? If it wasn't for that boy they've got up front, I can't even remember his name, the big boy up front. If it wasn't for him, they'd be fucked. And he's out of contract at the end of the season. And you can't tell me that a Kilmarnock or a Livy or a fucking any of the
If he's
bottom
good enough,
six,
should we be going for him?
Yeah, we should. But I think it comes down to, I think the boy's better than the Championship. He's got like 13 goals in 15 games, or it's something ridiculous like that.
That's not bad,
But he's out of contract at the end of the season, so I think if he goes in January, Ayr might crumble. Because let's be honest, Ayr aren't going to get promoted. Ayr didn't get fucking promoted.
No.
That just doesn't happen.
No.
So, but Morton, they've took points off us, I think, every time we've played them this year. We've not beat them yet.
And
they're no bad.
Dougie Imrie, I fucking
that's kind of how I hate them when we beat them this year. But they're looking no bad. They're taking points off nearly everybody, and they've gave a couple of teams a couple of shaggins and all. The Dougie Parrott fucking Fev or Hamilton Fev or something. I can't remember.
There's been a couple of big scoring Friday night 5-0s, I'm sure there has been. I can't remember who they were.
So it'll be tight, but we're there or thereabout.
So another clean sheet on Saturday. And I'm going to give Lawler a bit of credit where credit's due, because he played pretty well. I always give the goalies a half time, and I have done all season. But
Can't believe you did that. Imagine doing that.
But no, credit where credit's due. He pulled off a good save. He pulled off a couple of good saves. But he played well, and that's now another clean sheet. So that's a good sign.
Dad, I was watching it live, right, and it reminded me of Speroni. I swear to God, man, it wasn't as good as Speroni, right? I ken it wasn't as good as Speroni, but see, watching it live, when he's got no right to save it, and he saves it, and then Sweeney comes in with the bullet header, and then he comes back in his line. See, just watching it in the space of the 3 seconds that it happened, man, it was amazing. It was like a goal, honestly. I was jumping up, and I was hanging too, because I got back from Amsterdam on Friday night, okay, so this was Saturday 3 o'clock obviously, so I was dying on the couch, and I still got up and jumped about my living room. Ken, it was one of them that was a brilliant save. We gave the keepers a hard time, but we're not going to give them a hard time this week.
Nah, absolutely.
That was a fucking brilliant save.
Killian Sheridan.
What about him? What is that?
So I think he went off at half time, right? But I think he went off injured.
See, again, right?
Because why would you come off at half time? Surely you'd give him another 5-10 minutes after that, if you use that right.
I mean, normally a manager would, but Killian Sheridan, he doesn't give much, does he? I mean, I don't think Boyer's the type of guy to hook somebody at half time for just having he never had a good first half, but you didn't say he had a terrible first half. So I don't think Boyer would took him for that. So it's probably an injury, is it? He gets injured, fucking a shite.
Probably, right, so we've got a week off league duties this week. So we are taking on Airdrie in the Cup. What's your thoughts on Airdrie? What's your memories of Airdrie? Do you remember playing them too much? No.
I think when we went in the Championship after we got relegated at Livingston, it must have been 12 years ago? Probably more now actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, that year we went in the Championship. I'm pretty sure Airdrie were in the league then. And I was 8 or 9, I can't really remember.
See, in the 90s, they got to fucking 3 or 4 cup finals.
Did they?
They were a really fucking awkward team. I hated playing them.
Have they got a decent support? They've got there are Celtic Rangers fans though, are there?
Right, so I'm going to say probably no, right? And the reason I say this is because 95 we got to the League Cup final, right? But in the semis we played Airdrie at Perth at McDermott, right? Have you ever seen the clip where Neil McCann scores? So Airdrie equalised with about 3 minutes to go, and fucking Neil McCann runs up the park and lobs it in, marks it 2-1 to us, and we were in the cup.
I can't remember it. No.
You'll not remember it. It was before you were born, but I wondered if you'd ever seen it like say. But that night we had 3 ends of the ground, so we had the 2 bits at the side and the normal bit behind the goal, and they had 1 end behind the goal, and I swear there was barely 500 Airdrie fans there.
And that's in the 90s.
That was a cup semi-final.
Fucking hell. I
That
thought
was
they were a no bad supported team.
That was a League Cup semi-final.
Because they've got a...
I mean, they've got a history. They've been about for years and years, right?
They've got a no bad wee Grand Tave, though, no? If they're not, like, I don't think it's fucking like... It's not like fucking the Bernabeu. But
so I remember...
It's got a couple of stands in it, sure.
I remember going to their old stadium. So it's now... Is it the Excelsior Stadium they play at?
I couldn't tell you. I've never been.
I'm trying to remember what the stadium was called before. It was a fucking pokey old dust barn of places. Any of these big open kind of terracing thing. Oh, Broomfield. Is it Broomfield?
Is that on
I think it was Broomfield. I'm sure it was Broomfield. I might need to Google that and check.
But no, I don't really remember playing them. They've always been shite. We should fucking hose that, surely. You think?
Well, come on, we're talking about Dundee here. Fucking hell.
Okay. What league are they in?
Could not give a fuck.
No.
They're not in our league, so
No.
that means they're
Shite.
technically worse than us.
Eh.
They're part-time. They should be part-time.
Yeah.
And as well, right, so see that Airdrie team for the 90s, right, they had a load of boys like Kenny Black, he used to play for Hertz as well, Andy Smith, the goalkeeper was John Martin, right, so remember I keep telling you about this film about Scottish football called A Shot at Glory?
Yeah.
So it was written by
Forgetting to watch it.
Robert Duval, right, and Michael Keaton's in it, right, and they've got this dingy football team called Kilknocky, right, so the boys that play for the Kilknocky team were playing for Airdrie at the time. So there's loads of them. So obviously, because I've watched it, I recognise why they are, right? But they are actually played for Airdrie at the time.
Quality.
They were still shite.
Was Alan McCoy still in that film as well?
He was, and he played for Celtic. I can't remember.
So they must have paid him a fortune to put that tap on.
I'm sure. Well, here it was a Hollywood film. Like this was totally flopped.
Is it on Netflix?
It's not on Netflix, but I'm sure you could get it on some active streaming websites. You could get it on YouTube, but it's got adverts. You need to watch an advert every fucking 10 minutes.
Nah, you can't be doing that.
One of the things I remember for it though is there's a cup draw in it, and we get Queen of the South in the cup.
Okay.
And when the day the next round of the cup draw, Queen of the South gets somebody else, which means we got put out.
Fuck.
And that pure enraged me. I was fucking biling about that.
I'd piss you right off, eh?
So anyway, Airdrie in the cup. I didn't really remember playing them too often in the cup. I remember going to see them once when I was wee. Well, never went to see Airdrie, obviously. It was at Dens, and I'm sure it was a League Cup, beat them 5-0 at the start of the season.
That's promising.
So
is this the first? Is this the first or the second round?
Third round.
Well, the third one.
This is the third round.
Third round, right? Because I noticed when I was looking at the fixtures, there's a load of Diddy teams in it. There's loads of teams.
Airdrie.
No, I'm on about like fucking Drebra. Like there's loads of Sunday League looking teams in it. So look, the way that we're playing, we should be steamrolling this. So but Ken, it doesn't work. We say this every week, but Ken, it doesn't work out like that.
Football's an easy game.
Football's an easy game. Get the ball down, you pass it.
Pass in move. Pass in move. Funny you should mention Drebra there, because I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Tony for the band, his Bernard played for Drebra under 14 girls, I think it was, and they got to the Scottish Cup final. They played the Scottish Cup final yesterday, but unfortunately they got beat 6-2, which is unfortunate.
Oh, brutal.
But here, well done to them. I think they're just a game away from winning the league. They've already won a cup this season, and to get to the final of the Scottish is pretty good. I'm going to take a wee bit of credit for that, right? Because the manager is actually a guy called Adam Barclay. I played football with Adam, went to school with him. Hi Adam, if you're listening. I taught Adam and he kens about football. So, but on a serious note, well done to them. That's pretty good going, like say.
It's not like we're getting a final anytime soon.
So why did Drebra get in the Scottish then?
I couldn't tell you.
No Airdrie, because that's what we've got. So
Edinburgh City or something.
3 o'clock on Saturday. You fancy me to win that?
Yeah, I should be winning that. And come on, I can't see Bowyer putting out a shite team. I think he's going to stick with the same formation, the same team, and I hope he does, to be honest with you, because we need to kind of get used to it a wee bit more, Ken. But look, here we've kept clean sheets and we're winning games of football. But if you keep practice makes perfect, doesn't it?
That's it. And the thing is, the good consistent teams, they've got an identity in the way they play. Celtic have got it, Liverpool have got it, Man City have got it. They've got a certain way of playing.
Well, that's what I kind of. It's only Hamilton and they're fucking shite, right? But the way that we were pressing them on Saturday, I thought was brilliant. They couldn't, especially in the first 15-20 minutes, Hamilton couldn't string 3 passes together. Every time they were trying to get the ball forward, French or Sweeney or Ashcroft was stepping in, marching forward. And here, another thing as well, shout out to Cammy Kerr's left foot. Cammy Kerr's left foot, right? He just cut down the left, and I know he cuts back into the right quite a lot, and I think the full-backs were kind of expecting that. But there was 2 or 3 times in that first half he put in a couple of wicked bars with his left foot, and it was caught them off guard, and I'm all for that. If he keeps doing that, stay on the left, because I like him there more than Marshall.
I do like him on the left.
I like him on the left.
I think Bono was saying last week that, I think we've said it before as well, he doesn't get caught over his shoulder as much.
No, you're right.
It's the natural way he turns, and it's like it's much simpler for him. Because Bono mentioned as well about an old player called Rab Shannon. He was a right-footed left back as well. Like, so I don't remember too many other ones at Dens, do you?
I can't really remember any right-footed left backs. There's not many of them. No. I think the boy Aaron Hickey that plays for Brentford.
Right enough.
But these days I think he's right back for them. I couldn't tell you. I didn't really watch Brentford, but
at the start of the season, I think I watched the first couple of games just because they were the games that were on, and I think he played left back, centre back, right back, and left or centre back 3 within the space of 3 games.
Do you think Cammy Kerr will do a Barry Smith and go into the middle of the park?
Just behind the 2, maybe. Yeah, that could be a good shout for Cammy, because how good is he in the tackle?
No, keep him at left back.
Is Marshall injured?
I think he is. I think he is injured, because normally he would be starting, would he?
Is he getting his place back?
No in my team. No.
I need Davey Gary Boyer.
Because I think,
excuse me. Did you hear his interview on Saturday?
On Open All Mics.
He's got a cheeky cough.
The first thing he said, man. So Gary, what did you feel on the result today? Excuse me.
Fucking brilliant.
He needs to get that checked.
No, you'll be alright. It's just that.
I was half expecting to see him in Amsterdam. With that cough.
Sorry, what were you saying? I got totally sidetracked there.
I couldn't tell you.
Can't really mind, but can't really.
Something about United being shite.
Probably. They probably are shite. So anyway, about United, did you get shagged in Amsterdam as often as they did?
No, I didn't.
Oh dear.
Did you see that? Did you see the wee sticker?
I did. The toilet? Did you post? You posted that on any of the pages there?
Because Kim, what? I actually bumped into that boy from Dundee when I was over there. Incredibly randomly, just in a random place, and he had loads of stickers on him because he was like an artist type guy. So I was like, "Here, mate, can I pinch you in it?" He's like, "Any bother." I did think I should have done a kind of like a hashtag Club 12 podcast and stuck it somewhere. But I totally forgot.
I'll do that one.
I was pissed. But no, it was pretty fun. Never saw any other Arabs there. I think they just got shagged and came in.
Yeah,
there's no any there still getting shagged.
No, they're never going back there, are they?
Oh no.
Yeah. Right, let's move away from Scottish football because the World Cup's on. Right, so as we speak, the Cum Dogs on the pitch.
It's 4-1 France.
They're getting pumped.
Airdrie's touched the bar.
I'm not sure.
To be fair, we've not really been watching it for the last 20 minutes.
No, we've not.
Airdrie's touched the bar.
So what have you made of it up to now?
I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it.
Some of the games have been alright. I didn't see the Argentina game where they got beat for Saudi Arabia.
I couldn't believe that. So I was working, but obviously I had the game on in the background, as I do. I had the time to say that a lot. And every time I was looking at the telly, Argentina scored, right? Every time. So I was like, no danger. So I was taking a call, as I do, and then I'd look back at the TV and it'd be 0-0, right? Every goal got chopped off that I seen in the first half. Every goal got chopped off, right? I didn't care if it was for the good, care if it was supposed to be chopped off or what. And then I took another call, right? Turns round, looks at the telly, and it's 2-1 Saudi Arabia. It's like, what the fuck, Ken?
What kind of witchcraft is this?
So, that was a coup and buster. We were on about this earlier. I thought the American team looked half decent. In the first half, they were able to pass the bar pretty good. Better than what you'd think that America could pass. You'd think of them just picking it up and throwing it. Go long.
Go long. I still think that the America-Iran game will be tasty. Because did you see some of the challenges they put in on England?
Did you see how shite Iran were?
They were shite, but their challenges were going to lead to a tasty game against USA, I think.
No, that will be tasty. Especially with everything that's going on in Iran right now. That's making it even more tasty. So there'll be a couple of good tackles in that. I think there might even be a red card.
You heard it here first.
Might even be a red card.
What have you made about the whole armband issue?
Do I hate to speak about that?
I kind of need to.
I mean, I don't know. I can't.
Do you know this? So because like Christian Eriksen, I read that the Denmark team were wearing them. Whatever happens, I never seen any of them fucking wearing armbands.
No.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Look, I don't know, man. I didn't really look that much into it. I've looked into the World Cup and I've watched all the interviews and stuff with the FIFA president about and I watched the documentary on Netflix about the corruption. And I ken that obviously the Qataris I think they've got a bit more say in this World Cup compared to other countries in previous World Cups because FIFA said that it was a mutual joint decision for them to cancel the beer because they cancelled the beer for Budweiser. Exactly bullshit. And the Qataris have just got them fucking. They've got them. I
think the fact that they've left it until so late now to make this change.
The World Cup shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. The Qatari government came out and said that 3 people dead. Right, 3 people. Fuck on goody. There's thousands of them, man, just to build their stadiums, and then for what? For the stadiums to sit there in the sun for the next 100 years and melt away. Well, it's not like they're going to be used.
A lot of them are getting knocked down.
Exactly. Come on.
A lot of them are built with old porta cabins, which I'm not quite sure how the mechanics of that work. But
don't get me wrong, right? If we'd have qualified, I'd have probably broke the bank and got myself in debt to go to that World Cup, right? But I'm kind of glad we didn't there because would you want to sit in have you seen the fan zones where they've got no the fan zones, sorry, the sleeping quarters where they've all got tents? No. It's like fucking Team the Park, honestly, man. And they're paying like $500 or euros or whatever the fuck it is
to sleep in a fucking tent.
A night. Honestly, it's ridiculous, man. It shouldn't be happening. But the games have been really good.
Well,
the games have been really good. As I said, I thought the Wales-USA game was good. What else has been on? I'm trying to think.
It was the first game, Ecuador, Qatar.
But Qatar couldn't kick their arse.
They were fucking
They
wrong.
were fucking, honestly. That game was a joke. The Denmark game earlier on I thought was no bad too. Was it Denmark Tunisia? Again, it was working on the background. But they have been good. Argentina, I was surprised with them. I was surprised.
But then, quite a few times, if you look back, the team that goes on to win the World Cup often loses the first game.
It has happened quite a lot before, right?
So let's not write the math just yet. I've got a feeling we Lionel will have something to say about that.
What he'll say now, how the fuck did England concede 2 goals to that team?
I've got no idea.
If they think they want to go far on that, don't get me wrong, they shafted them 6-2, right? In fair play, right? But they were poor, man. They couldn't put 3 passes together. Australia, I was gutted to see Martin Boyle missing it.
That's a bit of a shame.
It was a shame because I thought he might have got a goal, but I think he would have stood out for them, because they've not really got many, apart from the cum dog, who I still don't think's touched the bar as far as I can see, and there's 94 minutes gone on the clock.
I've got faith he could get a touch before the end.
Yeah, he might do, but if he's not running about, is he letting
I've got my back to the screen, so
do you think we were right letting him go to fucking, where was it he went to? Australia? How was it?
Yeah, right, because at the time he was obviously him and McPake must have had some kind of fan out, and I think that comes back to he got dropped for Griffiths. Right now, he's obviously done something or whatever.
He went out to that open goal,
no, I think something else must have happened before that as well. I think there must have been other stuff, because I don't know, I just get the feeling that it wouldn't just be one thing. It would have been a few things, you can, and that was maybe just a tipping point. But I still think that Griffiths shouldn't have started when he come back to Dens. He should have got fit first. Cummins was playing well, because I didn't think Cummins started the first game, but I'm sure he come on. I think he come on as a subby again. I think it was against Rangers and got a goal, and then he played the next game and got a goal. And then the next game he got fucking dropped.
Because he started that season. I remember him getting a goal against Hibs and maybe a couple against Hibs.
I can't even remember exactly who it was.
Yeah, he scored goals when he had the Dundee tap on, Ken. But I mean, Griffiths is Griffiths. I did like Lee Griffiths. And
me too. I'd still sign him now. I would.
Okay.
I think if he's...
He wouldn't get again over Robinson.
So I read last week that he's now saying that he shredded some of the extra weight that he was carrying. Remember he said he wasn't carrying
he's
anything?
3 weeks.
Well, no, I think he has, and you kind of see him. I think did he play in a closed doors game for Hibs?
I heard he was playing for Walkie United. Somebody tell me he got a game at Walkie United. Might be shite, but apparently Walkie United played somebody in a charity match. It might have been a Hibs team.
Now what came up?
I'm sure.
I might have heard something like that. I know.
Because I'm pretty sure he ran out
of
Thompson Park.
I tell you what it was. I heard. So Kevin Harper, ex Hibs player and Scotland international. Do you hear this story?
The Walkie United guy that got sacked.
So somebody said to me, see Kevin Harper got sacked. I was like, well, he fucking got the job last week. 5 days ago he got the job and he got the sack.
So what have they sacked him for?
Well, for the vicious rumours going about in work, right, which is clearly, I mean, it may be made up, I don't know, but apparently one of the board members hadn't sanctioned or agreed that he was going to be the man to take the job.
You can't just sack him for that. Tough shit, you've already gave him the job.
Well, that was like the guy last month too. So the guy, he worked for the NHS or Dundee Council somewhere along, I can't remember exactly what the role was, but he was the period poverty officer, right? So he was to make people aware about period products and their availability and available services and stuff like that.
As you do.
And fucking, because he was a man, Martina Navratilova fucking started tweeting for the other side of the fucking world, some other old fucking bint. It's like, what the fuck's it got to do with you?
Yeah.
The guy's already been doing the job for the past fucking year anyway, and doing certain training things to get there, so he's clearly qualified to do the job. Fucking give him the job. But no, it didn't do
that. Walkie United will to pay that guy a decent bit of money. I hope they do, because that's a fucking shame.
Okay. You've took the job on. I mean, I don't know whether has he left another job to take that, or was he sacked for it? I remember him being somewhere else recently. I can't remember. Yeah. However, Kemmer's available. Gary Harkins. After he was unfortunately let go for Farfar, him and Gary Irvine.
What a shame. Take him back.
Well, as Bono described him as the white Cafu and the poor man's sedan. I'd never heard that.
So Harkins, I didn't think he's 40. I think he's 40. Now look, Kenny doesn't play anymore. Right.
Come on, the boy could play.
That's what I was about to say, but he could play. Kenny's got bits, right? So Ange's got a pair of bits. I'll even give him a shin gears if you want shin gears, right? Give him a game, sign him up, put him on a pay as you play, and play him every fucking week. Even if you put him on the last 10 minutes.
Or the first 10. Get your bit of magic and then get him out.
You're right, the first 10.
Give him the first 10 minutes because you ken what he's going to do in the first 10 minutes.
First 10 minutes, if he nutmegs somebody or does something, you ken he's like, hey, a good game.
If nothing's happened after 10 minutes, he's it.
Need to mention at the weekend, I thought Williamson and Burn in the middle of the park were fucking brilliant. Especially Williamson. Williamson looked like a top wee player.
Absolutely, I'll agree with that. Cause
should have mentioned that earlier.
I've kind of no slated Williamson, but I've said quite a lot through the podcast that I don't think he's done enough. Well, he looked like he played well on Saturday.
It'd been the same. He did. He had a good game. He looked quite silky, Sean Byrne in the middle of the park. He's done a Rangers. He came back for the dead eye. He got told he wasn't wanted no less than 2 months ago. They two looked brilliant. They ran the show in the middle of the park, and that's making a wee bit of a difference because that's been quite a consistent team now. for the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if I don't think it's the same starting 11 because Mulligan obviously.
I think Grayson started last week as well. He got injured.
But we're starting to get more of a consistent sort of team, and it's shown in the league.
I'm still gobsmacked. I mean, looking through the team sheet for Saturday. Fucking 23 Sheridan. Like, what's that again? Fucking gobsmacked.
Fucking waste of wage.
Finn Robertson got a game as well, didn't he?
Yep.
So that was good to see.
So Boyer came out and said that he spoke to Philly Robertson about stepping up because there was injuries and all. In my opinion, he shouldn't be having to step up with injuries. I think he should be in the mixer, even if other players are fit. Don't get me wrong, Williamson and Bunn are kind of, I think it's their shirts now, it'll take something for them to be taken away, but I think Finlay should be more, he should get more of an opportunity, but you're right, it was good to see him getting a run out. But if you're not going to play the laddie, I don't know, say play him every week, but give him a game time, I'd put him on loan, because he's a good wee player, and he shouldn't be sitting on a bench.
I think we mentioned before about him going out on loan.
I mean, I like him at Dens. I do. I'd give him a chance, but I can't see he's not going to get him over Bunn right now, and he's not going to get him over Williamson with that last performance.
Do you think with the type of player he is, though, he kind of fits it? He doesn't really fit in either of the roles, does he?
Like, I mean, I see him as just a left-sided centre midfielder. I see him as just sitting in front of the back four, kind of similar to a Kevin Thompson type role. That's the way I see him as a player. So
see, I think
there's always room for a boy like that.
Definitely, but I think when he come through with Pick, he was kind of seen as a good passer, and he spreads the ball across the park, and he does do that, and he kind of dictates the play a wee bit with that. But I felt like it was a wee bit slow. But then again, he was a young boy at the time. No one slate him for that.
No, but I don't think Boyer's getting the best out of them. Well, not the best out of them, but he's getting more out of them definitely than what McPake was able to get last year. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Right, a wee bit of football news then. So Ronaldo's contract's been terminated by Man United. I think Ronaldo's a prick, do you get that? I do. He's a smug, arrogant bastard. And okay, he's a good football player, but when I came up, so's Messi, and he's no smug prick.
You're right. So's Gary Harkins, and he's no smug prick either.
No, exactly.
So the interview with Piers Morgan, Ronaldo,
he is a prick enough.
He's a prick. He is definitely a prick. He's up there with fucking Dougie Imrie.
Is he the prick's prick?
No, that would surely go down to Dougie Imrie.
Okay, I'll give that.
But no, so Ronaldo and Piers Morgan, man, I mean, see if he played in my team, I'd fucking smack his puss. See when he came back to training, honestly. But Man United have terminated it, and rightly so, man, because, don't get me wrong, right, Ronaldo came out and said that because he's Cristiano Ronaldo, that he doesn't want to come on the last 3 minutes of a game because it's embarrassing, right? And come on, I get that, because see if you are that high up as a player and you're the best in the world, right, or one of the best in the world, you're right, you're not wanting to fucking, you didn't do them sit-ups every morning to fucking play the last 3 minutes, he doesn't it, right? But at the same time, how many young laddies and players have sat on the bench while he's went out and fucking scored hat-tricks and fucking jumped up and headers, and he needs to and
then being whipped after 3 minutes ago to bring on somebody else.
Exactly. You can't. I mean, I get what he's saying, right? But at the same time, you need to show a bit of fucking respect, man.
Definitely. I mean, for £500,000 a week, fucking, I'll go on for the last 3 minutes every fucking week. That'll be your last 3 minute, man.
£500,000 a week. You won the fucking goal, if I tell you.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's
it as well. He's paid that. So it's no case of it's embarrassing. Well, what's embarrassing is that you've went public about this, you fucking dick.
And
go on the pitch.
And he left before the game.
I can.
Now, I'm sorry, right? You didn't do that. You just didn't do that, right? You didn't. I couldn't believe it when that happened, man. And Roy Keane came out after it and defended him. Come on, Roy Keane, fuck off, you and that. You can't defend that, man.
He's just a dick and a Roy
He
Keane,
is, but see, sometimes he is brutally right in a way. Like, I do, I can. But see with that, and he defended him after that, he could take a flint fuck. I couldn't believe it when Ronaldo done that, man. I'm glad his contract got terminated. I hope he ends up at fucking and I can China or something.
China.
Chinese.
Good stuff. Right, so anyway, as soon as you mentioned China, let's bring it back to your World Cup. Well, let's go with a World Cup prediction. Right, so come on, tell us why you think it's going to win. I mean, I'm going to officially rule out Australia. They've just been ruined by the French.
Yeah.
Frogs' legs and snails and iron.
Who's going to win the World Cup? So, I'm going to say, and it's no just because I'm just back from there, but I'm going to say the Netherlands. I'm going to say the Dutch. I thought they'd be good at the start. They won the first game against a decent Senegal team. So, I'm going with the Dutch.
Alright, okay. I kind of got beat for Saudi Arabia, right? But I'm still going to go for Argentina.
See,
that's their first loss in 3.5 years.
Argentina were good at it. See, when I was watching the game, every time I was watching it, they were talking the piss out of them. They just couldn't do anything with it.
I think they'll learn for that. They'll be more clinical.
Still got to see the Brazilians, see how they'll do.
I've seen a few Brazilians. Sorry.
Took me a minute there, man. How
do you think they'll do? Because
they'll be good. Brazil always turn up the World Cup.
I'm going to categorise Neymar though along with Dougie Imrie and Piers Morgan, right? Because he's a bit of a prick and that.
He's
an annoying wee prick.
He could be the prick.
Dougie Imrie's a prick than him. But
Dougie Imrie, then Neymar, and Piers Morgan.
That's it. I mean, I don't care. Anyway, I don't think Brazil I don't think they'll be overly flamboyant. I don't think they've really got that apart from Neymar, but I think he'll just get kicked out of the park and he'll roll a bit like a wee fairy. He will.
Yeah, he will. I think they'll go far. I hope England didn't go far. I'm fucking praying they didn't go far. Mind you, if they get to the semis, you get put out. It's always a good laugh, is it?
Yeah.
Can't I hate them going to the final? I can't deal with that.
I think what we really need is Portugal. Portugal in it?
Portugal.
I was just thinking, when are they playing? Portugal and England. If they play, Ronaldo's out to prove a point, right?
Ronaldo's scoring for that.
And he's going to be like, get it right up, yeah.
They might be decent because it'll be Ronaldo's last World Cup. I don't know how you'll play.
Well, he's a bit of a selfish bastard. I could see him playing on for a few years.
Yeah.
Especially if Messi wins it. He's going to be like, nah, I need to win it too.
If Messi wins it, he'll play till he's fucking 60 to try and win it. Can.
Right, well, let's fucking hope there's some more good games in the World Cup. Thanks to King Kong Tattoo Company, our proud sponsors at Albert Square, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. We've been the Club 12 podcast and we'll see you again next week. Cheers!